What's up guys, Chris from AndroidPIT.com. We're here with the Galaxy 6S, iPhone S6, whatever. Galaxy S6 on the left, iPhone 6 on the right. Now you can see at first glance, they don't look anything alike. We've got no app drawer on the iPhone, we've got an app drawer on the S6. But that's about it for the differences. Otherwise they're very, very similar looking devices. You can see we both have almost identical edges here with the rounded metallic trim. We've got the antenna bands on the bottom, but they're on the left and right on the iPhone 6. We've got this little scallop detail on the S6 as well, but we've got very similar volume on the side, and on the bottom you'd be easily forgiven if you mistook them for the exact same phone or a variation of one another. On the right hand side, things are looking very similar as well. It's almost comical to look at these two side by side and hear in the back of your mind the designers at Samsung saying they've taken everything back to basics and this is a revolutionary new design, because it's clearly not. It's very, very, very iPhone 6-ish. Now, I don't know too much about iOS, so I'm not going to bore you with those details, but check out the description below for a full comparison by someone who does have a bit more of a clue about iPhones. Of course, the Samsung is rocking Android 5.0.2 with the new look TouchWiz interface, and iOS, well, that's iOS 8. That's about all I can tell you about it. Things on the S6 are much snappier than they used to be on any other Samsung device that I've seen, but I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the design, but then again I'm not a huge fan of the Apple iPhone 6 either, so that stands to reason. Up front we have a 5.1 inch QHD display on the iPhone 6. It's a 4.7 inch with resolution dimensions I'm not particularly familiar with. 1336 by 750, 2560 by 1440 on the S6. That's basically double what you get on the iPhone 6, and it has more than double the pixels crammed into not too much more space. Now, there's obviously different processors. It's too early to call on which one is better. The iPhone 6 comes in a 16, 64 and 128 gig version, 32, 64, 128 on the S6. Neither of them have an SD card slot, where the iPhone never did. The Galaxy range used to. You can't take the battery out in either of them either. Again, you used to be able to in the Samsung range, but not in the iPhone. Now, up top we've got an 8 megapixel camera on the iPhone. It's an iSight camera, which is pretty legendary for good reason. The Samsung cameras are also legendary. The best cameras on Android in my opinion. 16 megapixels this time around with optical image stabilization, the same specs for the camera that you'd see on the Galaxy Note 4. Now, up front the cameras are 5 megapixels and 1.2, and from what I've seen of the Galaxy S6 so far, the camera results are really something to be marveled at. Really, really, really good in low light situations, but of course the iPhone speaks for itself when it comes to camera quality and image capturing. Also, you've got some other funky details on the iPhone that we can go into in further detail in the full comparison. Take a look at the description below for more images, specs, and speed and camera results. Till next time guys, this is Chris. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and check out AndroidPIT.com for more from MWC 2015.